You have no idea like how nervous I am for this.
I hope you like vomit and you have to show it. It's gonna be amazing.
You have no clue how nervous I am. Like I'm shaking.
Is it cold? Did you keep it refrigerated or you keep it at
Yeah. Oh, it's cold. It's ice cold. I gotta get some more courage here. This is a big boy. Man, my team really sucked this week.
Chug that shit. Oh, you got a fan club. Fucking champion. Holy shit. Good man, dude.
That is a lot of carbonation.
All right, so welcome to everyone who just caught Sean.
Add some oomph to it. Make it exciting.
Okay.
Like, welcome to the Biddiecast, your weekly insight for the BuffaloBiddies Fantasy Football League. Your hosts, Sean Klein and Dave Best. Do something like that.
That was perfect. We'll go with that. That was great. That was great. As Sean said, welcome. And Sean, how you feeling, man? That was impressive, by the way. You did that whole thing with one not taking any breaks, and the dogs barking. How'd you feel about that?
I'm feeling full. Yeah.
So just
very
remind
full
me,
right now. I don't think I've felt like the true effects of this yet.
Right.
I'm just.
So
there's a lot of carbonation in that.
Do you want to remind everybody why you had to do that?
Yeah, because my team didn't show up this week.
Yeah.
Playing Dave. The team just didn't show up. I don't know why. I mean, you want to go through it?
Let's do it. Let's hop right in.
Is that where we're going to start?
Sure. Recap.
Nothing really too exciting this week. We had a couple trades, right?
Yeah, we had. I think the only trade that was made was I traded Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Christian McCaffrey to Rotten Tomatoes in exchange for Ridley and Kareem Hunt. So we'll see how that works out.
Are you willing to dive into like what you were thinking in that trade?
Yeah, I mean, the whole Le'Veon Bell thing got me a little bit worried about Clyde Edwards-Helaire's production and what kind of
naturally
touches he'd get. Because at the end of the day, do you think Andy Reid gives a shit about fantasy football when it comes to the players he's giving touches to? He doesn't give a shit. I mean, they got 4 good running backs on that team. So they don't give a shit. As long as you're scoring a touchdown, they don't care who does it, as long as they get a touchdown. So, Le'Veon Bell, he brings a different kind of, he's more of a power running back. I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is more of an elusive running back, but Le'Veon Bell is a much better pass-catching running back. So we'll see what happens there. And then, of course, I needed an upgrade in my wide receivers. So clearly Calvin Ridley, he's arguably top 3, top 5 fantasy wide receiver. And Kareem Hunt, if he continues to do well, who knows what's going to happen when Nick Chubb comes back.
And in a bold move, you signed Antonio Brown.
Yes, man. It seems like you're a little bit jealous about that.
I'm not jealous of it. I think it's a bold move. We'll see if it pays off for you. But let's head into the game, shall we?
Good.
Got to have our music. All right, heading into the game of the week here. It was you basically the whole way. I don't think I had a chance. I remember I had like Hopkins left and he didn't show up, and I had Dalton left and Dalton sucked. I dropped him this week. So who really did it for you on your team? It was your quarterbacks, right?
Quarterbacks, yeah, Deshaun Watson and Matt Ryan both had, I mean, fantastic days. You know, you also look at my 17 points from a defense. I mean, that is amazing. That is like, I mean, you had 13 points from your
I
defense.
had 13. I think it really came down to the quarterback play. That was the difference in this game.
Yeah,
I think I play you again later on in the season. Hopefully, I'll have a rematch at some point.
we'll see. Should be interesting if that happens.
Moving along to Bend It.
Scoring.
This was a hell of a game. Bend It Like Beckham versus the UK Bills. What happened here? This was crazy. Both teams in the 190s.
Yeah, I think going into Tuesday, was it Tuesday or Monday? I think Monday. It was like a 0.5 differential of the scoring. It was like, or maybe like halfway through the game on Monday, it was like 0.5 away. It was that close all along, and you know,
What are the chances of this?
I mean,
Like, I'm
yeah,
just looking at the two teams. Who starts Justin Jefferson? I understand it. He's an excellent player, but you wouldn't. I wouldn't have felt confident enough with Justin Jefferson to start him in that lineup, especially over like a guy like T.Y. Hilton, or I mean Emmanuel Sanders is on a bye, and John Brown. You know, another guy that I probably would have started in front of Justin Jefferson, but you know, some really wise choices here, I think, really paid off for Chris's team, and that's why they won by just 2 points.
yeah,
All
absolutely.
good choices.
You look at some of the performances that UK Bills got. I mean, Derrick Henry, huge game. Ryan Tannehill, huge game. And then also, I mean, Julio Jones. I mean, it's a tough game if you're UK Bills. You find yourself back in the hunt for this point total, as we were kind of talking about all season long. Does he have what it takes? You find yourself after a 200-point performance, only to lose by less than 2 points. That's tough, or a little over 2 points.
Moving on to the next game. Matt Andreski gets his first win over none other than Anton Mariani.
Yeah, love it. Love that he got his first win. Love that he got his first win over Anton. This game was a nail biter. I was watching these.
Of course you would.
And I was texting my brother-in-law back and forth. I was like, man, CeeDee Lamb, he needs to do something. And then I saw how bad the Andy Dalton was. They were down like 28-3. I was like, garbage points. Here we go. Give me some garbage points. And he got it. He actually, CeeDee Lamb ended up having a pretty decent day in the second half. So I'll take that.
You know, I do have to give one thing to Anton, though. He hit a string of bad luck here with his quarterbacks. Of course you start Aaron Rodgers in any game. You start Aaron Rodgers. He only comes up with 5.5 points. And then Nick Foles, okay, you probably could have started, Garoppolo or Rivers or Foles, really throw him up there. And they, I mean, hey, 18.3 is not a bad score. Even though both, if you made any of the other choices, it would have been so much better, and they probably would have won you the game. That was the difference in this game, and I feel bad for Anton because I don't know how you'd make a different choice in that position.
Yeah, and his roster is tough. I mean, he's got a lot invested into that San Francisco roster that is just doesn't seem to be good. I mean,
all over the place.
Can't stay healthy. They just don't seem that good. So it's gonna be a tough battle for him going forward here.
We'll see. Sure. I still think Anton has a chance to make the playoffs.
We'll see.
Double D versus the itty bitty tight end by committee. Did we curse Ben? We said that he probably has one of the best teams in the league right now, and then he's lost the last two, and I think he had the low scores back to back.
Yeah, I mean, losing Dak Prescott hurt. Plain and simple. You know, because Tom Brady, I mean, he's a good quarterback, but for the most of his career, with the exception of a few years, he never puts up crazy fantasy numbers, right? He does enough to win games. He's really good at it. I mean, Josh Allen, 2 back-to-back games were just blah, you know, and you look at the rest of his team, no one put up a performance that's anything to write home about. No one did.
You know who wins games? Daniel Jones. That's what it takes to win games. A nice even 15 points, you know what to expect. Ballsy start by Derek, especially with players like Joe Burrow and Phillip Rivers, who were on waivers at the time.
Absolutely.
The Killer Tomatoes against You All Look So Dumb. Who looked dumb this week, Dave?
I guess y'all look so dumb. Look dumb. I mean, it just. But at the same time, you look at both these lineups. I mean, both these lineups struggle to really perform, do anything well. I mean, can you really fault any of these teams? I mean, Carson Wentz, where has he been all season? And all of a sudden he puts up a 33-point game. No one saw that coming. Who would you rather start? I would start Ryan Fitzpatrick over Carson Wentz any given week up till this last week anyways. So I mean, I don't see there's a spot on either team's roster where there was a better play. I mean, it's just it's just, I guess it comes down to the buys, the matchups. It was just not a good day for either of these guys. Not a good week, rather.
But hey, Killer Tomatoes came up on top. I really like the start of Chase Claypool. I wouldn't have felt comfortable starting him because you still don't know what's going to happen here. Is Chase Claypool going to take over for Deontay Johnson, who just can't stay healthy? DJ Shark, even though he didn't get like what he was projected, I'll take a solid 10-point player every time. Really, I think he was underperforming here was Antonio Gibson. Sorry, I'm getting some burps right now. I wonder why. Antonio Gibson and Bobby Tunyon. You gotta expect more from those positions. And I know the tight end position's a little bit tough. That running back, you need to get 10 points. And I've got Gibson in another league. I had him on my bench for every week up until this week, and then he just drops an egg there. So It's a little tough, but hey, he came out with the win.
Absolutely, and
now,
it's,
let's take a look at our records. You played a little catch up this week.
Yeah, so we got it is. Wow, I have within one game of you. Not bad. I'll take that.
We played some catch up. I only had one win this week.
Oh, not bad. Not good.
The only person that I guessed right was Team Nowicki. And we both picked Team Nowicki, which oddly enough was like the closest game this week. And yeah, I think I could have probably lost everything if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, that's I'm looking at one thing real quick here. I definitely picked Matt to win the matchup between Anton and Matt last week. You can verify and go back, but it looks like you had me on there for Marinari, but I picked Matt.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Oh, no, you know what? No.
You switched it.
I switched it, right. I forgot about that. Never mind.
You switched it.
Should have went with
it. Message nonetheless.
Right, yeah, I forgot about that.
All right, moving on to this week. We have your team, the Angry Creamsicles.
Time game, right? This is the Cyanide game, right? This is the game. This is
This is prime time, yeah.
I mean, I'm second in my division. I'm out of first place by 1 against the first place team in the other division, Double D. He's been consistent all year long, all season long. But again, I'm never betting against myself. Look at the projection, the line, 4 points. I'm picking myself on this one.
You're taking yourself with 4 points to give?
I'm gonna win.
So wait, are you doing it with the 4 points or not?
No. I mean, I don't need any points. I'll take points if Derek wants to give me free points. Straight up, I'm gonna beat Derek.
All right, I'm definitely picking Derek.
Wow, why?
I'm totally picking Derek. He's got some ballsy calls in here, and you know how much I love those ballsy calls. Throwing Michael Thomas in there. Is he gonna be in or isn't he? Who knows? But I think he's got a really good bench. I think Deontay Johnson is also a very good option this week. Will Fuller is always a good option in that offense now if they got rid of that stupid ass coach Bill O'Brien, I really think Houston Texans they're about to go off. I think Romeo Crennel's always been a good coach, never really got a chance, and here he is. He somehow ends up with chances, and hopefully he's learned. I really think so. But I think Derek's got a really good team out there. Ballsy calls, love it. I'm picking Derek.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Itty bitty, tight end by committee
Whew.
versus Killer Tomatoes.
This game, I mean, you look at
Are-
we were earlier. Ben's team has been on a bit of a slide, right? 2 in a row. He's really hurting with Eckler being out and Josh Allen not really playing well. With Josh Allen's now going against the Jets. I mean, it's the
So
Jets.
just so you know, last week I picked Ben, you didn't. The week before, you picked Ben, I didn't. But he was playing Team Nowicki.
Right.
And then the week before that, we both picked Ben, and that was the last time that he won.
It seems like when we split, he doesn't do good.
Yeah, so if you and I differ on opinions on this, Ben's gonna lose.
All right, well, let me see. What does the bench look like for both teams? More importantly, I want to see Rob's bench because Joe Mixon is a big question mark, right? So he's got Dobbins and Giovanni Bernard. So, I mean, it's great that if Mixon can't go, Bernard backup is going to be, he's got Bernard. So that's huge. But, and he got Tua. He grabbed Tua. And he still got Fitzpatrick, which is kind of weird. But he's got CEH. I'm gonna go with tomatoes on this one. I mean, he's got CEH on the bench there. If not, or he also has Giovanni Bernard. I'm going tomatoes.
You know, I think this is another case where you're probably gonna be right in this case because we both differ.
Right.
I'm going with Ben. I think Ben is the better team. I've said it for 3 weeks. So yeah,
Well,
I'm sticking with Ben on this one. Ben, I got you back. I got you back, homie. All right. UK Bills scored 192 points last week and lost. Now playing, you all look so dumb.
This is the equivalent of this Thursday's game between the Giants and the Eagles. This is the 2 basement teams, right?
Yeah, but look at the advantages right now.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like UK Bills
is all it's all Alex.
Yeah, I'm going Alex on this one.
I mean, that's just going by the advantages. Kenyon Drake can finally, show up to a game. Devonta Freeman is what he is. You could have OBJ blow up. You could have DK Metcalf blow up.
Good, but I mean, OBJ only had one game. He still has Baker Mayfield throwing him the ball, which, I mean, Baker Mayfield is just not really that great. It doesn't appear, and he's got Teddy Bridgewater as well. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater is not the greatest fantasy quarterback you're going to have. And he doesn't.
It really hurts him to have these 2 players here on buys.
Yes, that hurts.
I mean, yeah, I don't think there's a way that I can go for Paul. This seems like one of those bye weeks where you just mail it in, just hoping that you can get enough points to stay within contention, even if you drop back to 3 and 4. You're still in the playoff hunt, but you know that the odds are stacked against you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marshawn's favorite Applebee's versus the Muppets.
Oh boy, this game I'm excited for.
Right now, the line is -5 me, but I only have like 4 check marks here. You think this is going to be a close game?
I think it is. I really do. I mean, I think Stephon Diggs might have himself a game this week. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's just I think he'll rebound against. I mean, Houston does not have the greatest defense. You know, I mean, look at Houston's defense just laid against Titans, and that was Ryan Tannehill at quarterback. I think you can argue that Tannehill is a step down from Aaron Rodgers. The Seahawks defense might they're not what they used to be, right? For Anton's team. Phillip Rivers, Jimmy Garoppolo, Nick Foles. I mean, Phillip Rivers is on a bye, so it's Nick Foles against the Rams, Jimmy Garoppolo against New England. I don't think either of those are safe plays, to be completely honest with you. I wouldn't want either of those options on my team. I'm going with you on this one. I think it'll be a close game. I'm going with you on this one.
You know why I'm going with me on this one? Not only because my team is awesome and I support them, but also everyone on Anton's team is on the road. Literally everyone except for Keenan Allen, who might not play.
Yeah.
And he'd probably have to sub him in with Raheem Mostert in like a flex spot there.
He's out.
Spot there?
Mostert's out. He ain't playing. Mostert's probably going on the IR.
Oh, I'm winning this. Especially if Keenan Allen doesn't play.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
he could probably make some. I'm not going to say anything. I'm winning this one.
before we move on from this game, do you and Anton have any kind of wagers, any bets for this game?
Hold on, I didn't see if he said yay. Yes, yeah, we do have a bet.
What's that bet?
Loser has to strike out with a hard seltzer.
Do you want to explain what a strikeout is? Because I don't think everyone knows what a strikeout.
Right, a strikeout is when you do like a little Hufflepuff, and then you do a shot, and then you chug an entire beer. In this case, we're just substituting the beer for a hard seltzer. I really don't give a shit what type. Because if I lose, I want to go mango. I want to go with the mango claws every time.
There's no laws when you're messing with white claws.
Yeah. I don't want to have to put anyone through having to chug like a lime Truly.
Okay, so there's a potential that
sounds like that's like borderline torture. When you want to chug a lime Truly, but if you get to choose your hard seltzer, you get to pick your poison. I like freedom.
Fair enough. I like that. So there's potential that you might have a pretty good buzz going. So be it maybe a sugar buzz this week, but next week there might be 2 weeks in a row where you might be with a little bit of buzz going.
We'll see. I can only tell you this is the Muppets can't drop to 3 and 4.
Yeah, especially in the
biddies.
As
much as I want Anton to win, I'm never going to want him to win against me, and the Muppets just can't drop to 3 and 4. The 3 and 4 is a big clusterfuck. 4 and 3, less of a clusterfuck, but still a clusterfuck.
I'm glad you brought that up because now we're getting to the point where like some losses would be hard to.
We got one more game, then we'll go through the standings.
Do that. Whew. This game.
Mm-hmm.
This game. I mean, we have been talking about. So I won't get Fine's team all season long about how they're a good team. It's just a circumstance of their matchups, right? I mean,
now they are they're the underdog by 7.
Right. I want your pick on this game before I provide you with mine.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm going Bennett like Beckham Jr.
Yeah, that's.
I mean I've been going him for 3 weeks. He hasn't really steered me wrong. And after all, this is an ornament bet, and I want a friggin' ornament.
You know, I will say this. This is not an ornament bet. Unless you have it with somebody else. This is not an ornament bet. Now, one thing I will say about Bennett's team is he has one person as of right now, one person on his bench that is playing this week, right?
Well,
Well, what happens if
I don't know.
these Browns can't go? He only has one. He's got Emmanuel Sanders. What if they both can't go? He got nobody on his bench. Then we need to run. You're going with Bend It.
I'm still going Bend It, yeah.
Against my better judgment. Just because I like when we pick different things. I think every single game, except for one, we picked
he
the same.
doesn't lose. He's 5-1.
Right.
I think there's something to wins and losses.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, Bendit can still lose this week and still be in first place because if I win, he'll have the tiebreaker of most points, I think. I guess depending on what happens. I'm going with Mr. Andreski to put on a streak, get a streak going.
All right. I got you marked down. I disagree, but I hope you're right for the sake of all of us. Because right now, Bend It Like Beckham Jr. is first in the league, the only 5-1 team. Like I said, we could have a cluster at 4-3 if some things fall this week.
Or 3-4. I mean, you look at if Tomato loses, if I mean, there could be a 3-4 clusterfuck of teams, and it's certainly if if Ben and Paul and Anton all lose another game and Chris wins, I mean, he's got a pretty good stranglehold of the division above them at that point in time. He's going to have at least a 3-game league. He's got a 3-game league.
By the way, I would pay attention to this and not necessarily the division. The divisions don't mean anything.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I would pay more attention to this. Top 6 make it in based on their records first, followed by points for, which currently the leader for points for is yours truly by
Double D's closing that gap by 50 points.
Yeah, by 50 points.
40-something points, yeah. For 50, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's close right there. I mean, Double D's right there, Ben's right there. I mean, I'm one game behind Chris, and then you're right there as well. You're one game behind Chris.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly, if you're in 5 through 10, you want to get some work getting done, right? You want to do some work. You can't, if you're Ben and below, if you're 5th and below, you really can't really afford to lose too many more games here. And if you lose another game here, this early on, like, you're gonna really need to start stringing some wins together to sneak in.
We are almost halfway through the season.
We are, and we're getting close to the trade deadline there, and this is fun. This is good. This league is close. I mean, all teams are right there. So,
well, we got 8 weeks left. Well, 7 weeks left in the season. Here's our picks for this week.
Yep, that's about right.
Any argument over it. I plugged them into my other monitor. So those are our picks for this week. We'll see if you can keep gaining space on me and maybe even things up, or hopefully I can start breaking away with this, because I would love to get like an ornament that's like Buffalo or a Lockport ornament.
Okay.
Like maybe an ornament of the locks. I don't know if they could do that, but yeah.
Well, I'll say this, you don't get a choice. If if I lose, I already have an ornament picked out, and it's neither related to Buffalo nor Lockport.
Is it the poop ornament?
What's that?
The poop emoji?
It's not. No. It's something much cooler than that. But we'll see. You know, it's gonna be interesting. You know, there's a few bets that go.
I don't have one picked out for you yet.
Well, I mean, maybe you should start doing some homework because you might want to, you know, we could get like, you know, 3 to 4 weeks from today and it could be already decided. So I would love to have it in time to put on my Christmas tree. So.
All right, that's it for this week's Biddiecast. Dave, send us away.
Absolutely, guys. Good luck this week. Don't get corona, and superly, the most important thing, go fuck yourselves.
Oh, I've been feeling that ice for probably about like 20 minutes now.